In 1946, Australian anthropologist, writer and filmmaker C P Mountford was sent by the Adelaide University to study the life, the art and the ceremonies of the Aborigines who lived in the desert country west of Alice Springs. Mountford left behind the comforts of his home, the amenities of civilization, and all the beauties and pleasures of a well-kept city to live amongst the Aborigines, so that he could understand more fully their way of life. A 1,000 miles of narrow-gauge railway led to the railhead at Alice Springs. And from there he went west to the area where this film was taken, among the McDonald Ranges. The country impressed Mountford. He noted that the origin of every topographical feature was explained in Aboriginal legend. Mountford observed the various species of trees in the region. Corkwood, Australian gum, ironwood, ghost gum, Although the desert cassia flowers profusely in this arid region, this yellow succulent only blooms after the brief rainy season, when it covers hundreds of square miles of the country. The wild tomato, which the Aborigines use for food, and mistletoe berries, which Mountford found to taste like currants. The Aborigines make camp in winter by building grass shelters. The elders of the tribe have decided that a ceremony must be held to direct the tribal leaders to perform rituals, which they believe will increase the food supply. To begin, Komitar makes a sand drawing. This sand drawing is a primitive map, which is used to show the men where they must go to find Chiranga, the sacred boards. first place to be visited is where, in creation times, a grub man is supposed to have died and his body turned into stone. This stone is rubbed in the belief that its dust will make more whitewood grubs, a favorite food. The Aborigines believe this to be a hailstone, which they suppose fell from heaven. When this is rubbed to the sound of the correct chant, rain will fall. After rubbing the stone, the spirit children who live in it will go and look for a mother, so that they can become human beings. Mountford observed that scientists have as yet no proof that the Aborigines associate the father with the birth of a child. This ghost gum tree is believed to contain the spirit of disease. The men believe that if the correct chant is sung, their enemies will develop boils like those on the tree. The men pass through Palm Valley, the only place on Earth where the Livistonia Maria palm grows. The long fruiting period of the wild fig makes it an excellent and tasty source of food. A hardwood fire stick is rubbed against a softwood to ignite the powdered wood dust. Emu chicks are gutted, their down is scorched off in the fire, and they are covered with ashes. Wild tobacco is traded over long distances. The hill country is the only place where it grows. Wood ash is mixed with the tobacco to reduce its bite. The sacred emblems of the tribe, the Chiranga, are collected from their hiding places. These Chiranga are central to tribal life and are so sacred that no woman or uninitiated youth is allowed to see them. Mountford found that every mark on these stones had a meaning. in fact a double meaning. They constitute a primitive map of the landmarks of the tribe's country, and also tell of how the country was made by the giants of the creation time. Some of these stories are of great age. The designs have almost worn away by handling. Notice the care with which these objects are handled. To the natives, they are something rare and precious. These are the old men, always people of importance. Mountford found the children to be much loved and cherished. They seemed to live lives totally unrestricted by their parents. This girl plays house, the windbreak, 2 fires, a man, a woman, and a child sitting between them. The man goes out hunting. He returns. The woman goes out. She returns but doesn't bring back enough food. The wife is beaten, and being a woman, her feelings are thoroughly hurt. She leaves the man and makes a new camp. This is the new windbreak and fire. She goes back, takes her baby, leaves him. A soak is dug to filter water for drinking. The labor of providing food for the tribe is fairly equally divided. The women collect the grass seeds and small creatures, while the men hunt the larger animals. These women dig for witchetty grubs, which they find in the hollow tree roots. The women are digging wild yams, which taste like potato. The desert yields many foods: lizards, grass seeds, and the flowers of trees also form part of the Aboriginal diet. The witchetty grubs will be cooked in a few minutes. Mountford found them to taste rather like the skin of roast pork. Wild yams are cooked in the same way. The Aborigines of the desert have only one method of cooking, that is, placing the food in the hot sand and ashes. This means that the food contains a large amount of grit, which wears down the teeth of the Aborigines. Mountford found that one could readily tell the age of an Aborigine by looking at his teeth, and that those of the old people were worn down to the gums. Mountford had set out so that he might more fully understand the Aborigines of Central Australia. He was one of the first to make a colour film on aspects of their daily life.